I would like to know what guidance can I give him or tell him to help him out when he feels he needs to get into a fight to get a message across. I mean, he got into a fight like 6 months ago, something like that. And that's just the type of personality.
Well, the most important thing we want to say to you is we don't believe that you know what is the best thing for him to do.
Right.
Somebody comes to you because his life is not working out in the way he wants to, and he sort of asks what's going wrong and then doesn't want to hear the answer that you're offering,
right,
because he doesn't believe you really know. And we don't believe you really know either. We don't think anybody really knows what motivates someone to offer a fight. We will tell you that it's his way of leveling the playing field, and it's his way of trying to regain his power. But what we've noticed about most people who are having fights as the way to level the playing field or the way to regain their power is after a while they start discovering that they don't like to get hit. In other words, after a while, the pain that they are feeling emotionally that sort of explodes into that sort of physical outburst then evolves into more and more physical discomfort. And then in that contrasting experience, often a new desire is born. If you are visiting with him and wanting to give him some encouragement, the thing we would say is, I'm not so sure that your angry explosions are actually taking you in the wrong direction. I'm sure that they feel better to you than the disempowerment that you were feeling before. And so that is an improved state of being for you, but you don't want to get stuck there.
Right.
And then if you could begin talking to him softly, as we've been talking to you, about the relief. But it's hard for you to coach anyone else into relief until you are in a place of relief.
Right.
From your own place of struggle, you can't coach anyone. Yes. So focus upon the success of your dog. Focus upon so many of the things that are happening in your experience. Try to stay off the subjects of things not working until you've reminded yourself how much you know about this business of vibration.
Right.
And then coach your friend about his own vibration.
Right.
But say to him emphatically, only you know whether your action or your word is an improved state of being.
Right. Right.
We watch Esther. Sometimes she can see some injustice, and a feeling of revenge will sort of sweep over her. And the feeling of revenge is an improved vibration for her. But if she were to take action in the direction of that revenge, it would take her far off the other end. In other words, it's one thing to think about something, and it's another thing to actually act it out. So what happens with people who are feeling anger, and then the anger is exploding into action, is that they are being dragged around by law of attraction. They're not in control of their thoughts at all. They've just hammered the drum long enough that they have a very strong vibration going, and then they're almost overtaken by the impulse. And law of attraction brings to them those who will egg them on. Nobody ever fights who isn't looking for a fight. And whether they are looking for it in a very overt way or whether it is just vibrationally looking for it, you never get anything that you're not asking for.
Absolutely.
You never get anything that you're not asking for. And this is the thing. When someone gets cancer, they would argue with that. I didn't ask for this, they would say. And we say, you did. You were asking for it vibrationally. You just were not aware of the way you feel because you have not been paying attention to the way you feel. And feeling good has not been all that important to you. We would get so fussy about the way we feel. We would be so aware of the way we feel. And we would always be clamoring for a little more relief, a little more relief, a little more relief. We would be soothing ourselves into blissful thoughts and feelings every moment of every day. If someone says something to us that hurts our feelings, we would stand right there and rework it in our mind. We would say, they really didn't mean it that way, or I just took it the wrong way, or they're having a bad day, or this really wasn't so much about me as it is about whatever they're living. We would make it right with ourselves as quickly as we could make it right with ourselves. We would not allow ourselves to endure any discomfort about anything. If we were watching television and we saw a commercial that one out of two has it and you're probably the one, we would turn it off and we would shout, no, I'm not. I'm not the one, you foolish rag. You're just saying that because you have some product you're trying to sell to me. It hasn't got anything to do with me. I will not accept this proclamation that you're giving to me. In other words, take your power back by standing your ground and making your statement. But then as you find yourself clamoring at the television on and on and on, and you find yourself attracting other people that are wanting to argue with you, then say, well, I've moved from powerlessness into anger, but I'm really not wanting to stay in anger either. And then just keep making the incremental changes until before you know it, you are this confident person that people love to be with, who feels good with yourself. And then you can begin to exude through words and actions examples that will assist others. You're doing extremely well.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Appreciate it.
It is surprising that we can spend so many hours saying the same thing over and over again. What is so confusing about good feels good, not good feels not good? How have you become convinced that not feeling good is virtuous in some way? Where does it come from? It comes from other people who are needing you to behave differently so that they, in their observation of you, they can feel better. Isn't that screwy? So never mind my own guidance system. I will scramble around and be as best as I can be what you need me to be so you can feel good, so you don't have to use your own guidance system either. Why not say to others, if you don't like me, don't look at me. If you don't like being with me, don't call me, don't come around. If you don't like me as I am, then go someplace else. I am who I am. In other words, we want you to start being who you are.